Alright, so this is going to be a video response to the Horror Man. He ranked his least favorite to favorite Elm Street films. My list always changes here and there, but as of right now, this is where I think it stands. Another thing, I do like all the films to an extent. It's just some I like more than others, but I do like them all, you know, to a certain degree. Um, Coming in at my least favorite is the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Um, I saw this one in the theater. I did like it, but when I bought the Blu-ray, I liked it a little bit less each time I watched it. I think it has to do with Rooney Mara. I think that's the actress's name, playing Nancy. I really didn't like her character. I thought that she was boring, kind of bland. Definitely not. I couldn't get behind her like I did with Heather Langenkamp. Um, the CGI is another problem for me, especially the scene where they, kind of redid the original scene in the bedroom where Freddy sticks his head out of the wall. There's no reason that that shouldn't be, as good, if not better, than a movie that was made in the 80s. So that kind of really took me out of the film, like it did most people. I did like a couple things though, like the Jackie O'Haley was fine, like most people would consider, like he was decent. No Robert Englund, but he was decent enough. Uh, the micronap thing I really liked. I thought that it was something new that we haven't seen in the franchise. Falling asleep for a couple seconds when you get really tired. I did like that. Next up is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, the Dream Child. This one is, to me, I can't really figure out why I don't like it as much as some of the others. I guess it might have to do with the characters a little bit. I think that this film has some of the weaker characters out of the Elm Street films, even though we do see a few returning faces. Um, the Jacob kid, I think that was his name, Jacob, the son, the unborn child. I found him really annoying. But I do like this one. I never really watch this one on its own. If I ever want to watch an Elm Street film, I never really pick out Part 5 to watch. I usually only watch it if it's part of a marathon or something. Um, but I did like the idea of Freddy going into the unborn child's dreams and stuff. That was a cool idea. So I do like it, just don't watch it that much. Next up is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. This one I really did enjoy the first time I seen it. It's one of them that it definitely needed to happen, because after part 6 it was just Freddy was really silly, comedic, and this one kind of toned it down a bit, made it more serious and scary again. Um, Again with the kid, there's a kid in this one, I forget his name. I really don't, something about the Elm Street like kids just annoy me. Um, but it was interesting to see, like, Heather Langenkamp play Heather Langenkamp, Wes Craven play Wes Craven, kind of like it was set in real life. Um, Definitely a interesting take on the franchise. Um, it, it is good. It's just not one that I watch a lot. It's one of them that are really good the first time you see them, but it doesn't really have that much rewatch value to me. All right, next up, Freddys Dead, The Final Nightmare. All right, this one is pure nostalgic for me. I watched this one a good bit when I was younger. Um, it's really nostalgic. I do like all the characters, like Carlos and Spencer and the Joe Doe character. Um, all interesting to me. Freddy is really over the top in this one. With even Spencer bouncing up and down and stuff is just ridiculous. But this one to me is just fun. Of course, obviously, Wes Craven's New Nightmare is a better made film than this. But this is one that I rewatch more. I usually watch it with somebody else and laugh at it. Um, it's definitely not too scary. It's more or less just fun for me. Next is Freddy versus Jason. I seen this one in the drive-in when it first came out, and when I was younger, Jason and Freddy to me were just awesome, and to finally see them on the same screen as each other was just mind blowing at that age. Um, I loved it. The fight scene was just epic to me back then. Um, Everything about it was just so awesome. I do like the idea of, Freddy. Everybody forgot him. They kind of covered it up. The town hid it away pretty good, but he can't get to nobody, so he brings Jason in to stir up trouble, so people would think it was him again. That's I thought that was definitely a good way to bring them together. There's a couple problems with this one, but it's Freddy versus Jason. It's just pretty damn awesome. Next up is A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. This one, I know a lot of people don't like this one, and it gets kind of a bad rap because it doesn't follow the rules of the Nightmare movies. But, back then, I don't think that the rules were necessarily established. I've heard other people say that. This one's, like, dark, and this is one when I watch it, every time I watch it, I like it more, I like the character. It definitely was cool to see a male in the lead of, the lead guy. Um, I like Grady. He's funny. This one is just. I really didn't like it at first, but like I said, the more I watch it, I found a new love for it. I guess it's just interesting to see how different it is, and it's still dark and scary. Next up is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. This one I've probably seen more than any of them. It was the first one I seen. I watched it a lot when I was a kid, so it really is nostalgic for me. I love the music in this one. The characters are awesome. You have, just decent. This is right before Freddy gets too cheesy and too I know a lot of people think that it already happened in this one, but to me, when I was a kid, this one was still scary. I didn't really see the funniness of it too much. The only problems I guess you could say with this one is some of the bigger problems is that they kill off the Dream Warrior cast too soon. I know I've heard other people talk about that. I agree. I totally love Kincaid and stuff. And I felt that most, they were a little bit more interesting than the characters we get after they die off. So that's a little bit of a negative, but this one is just awesome. I watch this one all the time. I grew up on this one. Alright, next is one that is, a classic, and there's a reason why it's not number one. And it is the original, Nightmare on Elm Street. What can I say about it? It's the one that started it all. It started a huge pop culture type thing. Freddy Krueger was straight up scary in this one. No comedy here really. It's just the starting point, and I actually didn't see it right away. I seen a couple of the sequels before I actually seen this one growing up. I love this movie, but it's just, there's a reason why it's not number one, but it's probably the best out of all of them. Just not my favorite. And my favorite is A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. To me, this one is perfect with the fact that it seems to still have what made the first one great, but it adds like a very likable cast of characters. You got Kincaid and Joey, and I forget the dude's name, the dude in the wheelchair. This one is so awesome. I love the characters more than anything. I love the whole idea of they were the last of the Elm Street kids. They're in a psychiatric ward. Nobody believes them except for Nancy, which she comes back, and that just adds to it. I love the dream sequences, the puppet one. It's cool to see them all in the dream together. That's probably why I like it the most. It really feels like they have a strong chance at beating Freddy and stuff. This was the first one to really scare me when I was a kid. I love Dream Warriors. Definitely my favorite. I mean, the first one's probably better made film, but this one's just my favorite. You know, I'm not saying that any of these are actually better than others. It's just I like them more. So that's basically my Elm Street series from least favorite to favorite. Um, so, yep, that's about it.